Hi there, this is part 3 of Grails queuekit plugin. I'm going to discuss the enhanced priority executor and how to cancel tasks and what's actually going on with the threads as well. So I've just started up the application from fresh again. We've got nothing waiting or going on as such with the application. So if we get to a point where things are stable and running. Okay. Okay, so we've got 33 threads at the moment. Let's try and resize things so we can see what's going on. 33 threads and nothing else going on, right? If we refresh that, let's make sure we're on 33 threads. Okay, so if we launch a enhanced priority, and as I've explained, this launches an inner thread. Within that inner thread, it then creates a thread, and when it kills the sub task, as in shuts it down, it then forces that to stop. And it's actually an unsafe method, deprecating method that I'm using, but was the only way I found to make it work. Now, if there's any better ways, because I'll quickly talk through them, I'll get back to this in a second. So it calls attached runnable as it's called to be the runnable as such at the time. Creates a new thread, and it starts a while iteration. And for the first iteration of the while, as it's not shut down and it's not interrupted, it starts the task and it counts to 1, and it stops after that, obviously. But ever after that, it's checking to see if it's interrupted, shut down, or is alive. So if it's not live, basically, if it's not live, it's finished. Yeah, that's what that check's there for. I was just thinking for a second. So if it finds it in there's a problem here. There should be only after shutdown. Should be outside of here. Right. So I've just found a little problem there. But yeah, this should be. If it's only shutdown. Right. That's how it should be. And that calls t.stop. Now I've read a lot about this, and when you start looking at threadExecutor, it's the methodologies that are explained. The typical out of the box stuff is, oh, here we got 1,000 numbers to count, or 1,000 things we're going to crunch through. Here's our initialization of our threadExecutor, and it finishes and we stop it. But in reality, we've got things that we want to control, and it could be it isn't based on some iteration of the counter. It's based on people just clicking on things randomly, and you want to control that, which is a bit different to what they give you as examples. But typically what they've tried to say is this is unsafe, this isn't support. What you should be doing is you should be doing a container, and the container would be a runnable. So what you would do is you would do what was it? But rather than t.stop, so the runnable itself, I was looking at it last night, and what that would be is a case of doing report runnable. So over here, I'd have to do report runnable equals new report runnable, and then pass in my parameters again, which report runnable is a copy of this but without the threading. And then if within the iteration of my while loop whilst it's going on, if this had failed, then to shut runnable down, right? That's what the proper method is supposed to be. But if it goes into the real runnable, I'm facing the same situation again where I've got to do the iteration of looking through it and setting up a thread again. So it was just a loop of a loop of a loop of a loop. So I've stopped it at this point and I've made it stop here, and it works. And because it's supposed to be read-only, I'm hoping it will be fine. If we were writing things to the database, I probably wouldn't want to stop, obviously, a live task if it's trying to write stuff. Although it could be run right into a file and you stop it. But anyway, that's how it's working. And if there's any feedback on how you can improve this, that'd be great. Where were we? Right, back to here. 33 threads, 32 threads. Just refresh this, make sure we got our threads. It was. Okay, so we'll launch a task. And that should jump up by a couple, if not more. Quite a lot. There's probably the 3 executors it's launched as well. And then delete it. And what I forgot to show you was over here you can see it's triggering and it's running. And now it's just stopped as soon as I click delete. Let's jump down by 2. Right. Launch another 2. Or another one. That should jump up by 2. Or 3. Wow. Delete. There you go. Now we are, it did jump up a little bit initially, but we are, keeping a pattern at this point. We're running and deleting, and we're sort of going up and down to the same levels every time. And that's what kind of says to me that we are getting our threads back every time we are deleting. Whether it's not correct, I don't know. The graphs are saying that's what it's showing. Every time now, after we got to the certain level, every time it's the same thing. And I'm going to launch a few different ones that it's going to jump right up, because obviously the downside of this method, as I said, is the fact that it's maybe I can improve it and have it only launch this extra thread when it's running rather than when it's queuing, because I think it gets it even when it queues. I think that's how it's been designed. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it doesn't. If we delete everything that's not running first of all, jump it right down, and then delete. Oh, those ones that were not running, they weren't even taking up anything. Delete, delete. And we are back to where we were before the rush. So we'll do. So it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2. It's not really going crazy. There's loads waiting at the moment. There are 12 records. Keeping a nice steady amount of threads. Just let a couple finish. Status completed. Right, it says completed. And the flow seems to be as it was, but we're now going to delete what's there because obviously other ones have been picked up now as well, and we've watched that happen. They're all not running, and then we've got the ones that are running, and we just delete these. There we go, we're back to 36 again. Yeah. So my crazy methods aren't that bad actually. It does seem to work. Although, you know, as I said, it's not a safe method, and what I have found when I was looking at the threads, you end up with all this unsafe part. Now I don't know if this is how it was originally, or maybe it was. But ultimately, you know, we've not thrashed our site, and we've got a steady amount of threads as it's gone through working, and whilst me even deleting live records. So I don't know what else you want really. I think this wraps up this video for part 3 in regards to killing live tasks. Thank you. Bye bye.